What we see here is basically the result of a transition that Namibia is experiencing at the moment from a mainly rural towards a mainly urban-based society. This transition really is most visible in the rapid urban growth, especially of these kinds of informal settlements at the peripheries of towns across Namibia. There are at the moment about 140,000 informal houses. This number is likely to double over the next 10 to 15 years if this issue is not addressed urgently and effectively.
The economic disadvantages of informal settlements really, they span throughout the entire nation and throughout the entire community. I mean, it's beyond just the area that it affects. It goes across the board and even goes across generations, because one of the big inhibitors of informal settlements is that it prevents the individuals from being able to develop wealth and to create wealth within their own families. But I think for us, I think the biggest noticeable effect of this informal settlement is that it prevents the town councils from actually being able to generate revenue that is necessary through rates and taxes. And it's something that, again, really handicaps the town council to be able to make the place a better place.
Well, at the moment, about 12,000 shacks are erected every year. And the reason that those shacks are erected and remain as shacks is that people don't have tenure over the land. So they're squatting on town lands and on municipal land, and no one is going to start investing in the spot where they are if they don't have ownership of it. They've got no right.
Natufa kutunga mangane dopi no shitivali ipereko ipunga kulundulula ngenge nando kwatu ayikufapo todulu kuikufapo nupu una toka tunga ne nande kuma ngufa mutungo makuma ilingonga osha shipaife tatu upungo nuju ya shopa tolika pelina na se kapna pamangurukana na ale langashi kakala penya tulinale ya opyaga jota didika ome ya no lusheno nutoire tabat pakaraka atuna shashi nge kuna me ave kuna lusheno pumbo shiju no kwendo fikoto tiro kwendo nyangala mwenye ukala molumo shipeleko ilingonga oshashi fimbolu upsu mwapopsala nengono ne fimbolu talala omwatala nengono ilinga pokatinga.
Development Workshop Namibia and Namibian Chamber of Environment provide local authorities with assistance to provide low-cost land for housing. That concept really evolved out of that research we did for the book on informal settlements. We came across many local authorities in Namibia that provide land for low-cost housing as a very effective measure to try to prevent informal settlement growth. Now, as we started learning more and more about these sometimes small, sometimes bigger scale initiatives, we thought, no, this really is an approach that we can really fully support from a civil society point of view. So we started contacting different local authorities to explore this kind of support. So that really is how the program developed.
This project is very significant for the town of Oshakati. First of all, Development Workshop Namibia is one of our partners. They are contributing towards the development of Oshakati. For instance, they will contribute towards the planning of the town, towards the surveying of the land, and also water provision. Oshakati Town Council will add some services, for example, road network and also electricity. So they are helping the town of Oshakati by providing basic services with the aim to have land available for the low-income earners. So this contribution is so important for the Oshakati because Oshakati will only contribute small amount towards this development.
The project works like this. Oshakati Town Council and Development Workshop Namibia signed a Memorandum of Understanding. The local authority, which is Oshakati Town Council, provide land for free. As I'm speaking right now, we are standing in the project site. The project will provide 120 residential areas. Development Workshop Namibia and our partner plan, survey and service the land. All normal procedures are followed for a new neighborhood to be proclaimed according to the Namibian legislation, and the beneficiary of this project to receive freehold title.
As we can see, there's an excavator busy excavating. And if you can check the other side, you see that guy, they are just waiting the excavate to be done so that they can start installing the pipes. There's not really an engineer involved in this project. We are just doing to ourselves. This is also very economical because we are also cut some cost, and the council is very benefiting for this initiative. Water is a basic commodity. You know, if you want to resettle people to a certain place, first I think you have to put up the basic services, and water is one of them. As we can see here, we are starting with water. As we can see that it's the basic commodity, then others can be followed. This project, we are very much excited about it, and we want to expedite this process so that we can finish within a short period of time so that the beneficiary can resettle to their places.
Yeah, the project is very important for us because it will address the residential for low-cost earners. We designed it for those specific people that are having low income, and it have never been a project in our town and maybe also in Namibia. So we see it is very important for us because it will address the issue of those people that are earning low income, especially those people are working in the shops, people are working selling kapanas, or those people that are helping themselves, that they're able to afford to build houses there and to buy these events. So we are going to change the life of people. So there will be people that are going to have properties, there will be people that are going to have ownership, the people are going to live in this area with happiness and with all the services that are going to be provided here.
The plot cost between 10 to 15,000 Namibian dollars. The costs are so low for two reasons. Number one, the service provider are providing their services at a minimal fees. Number two, only minimal services are provided, such as domestic water connection and access road. As the new settlements are developed with street layout, local authority can easily upgrade the settlement with services over the years. Development Workshop Namibia provided local authority with the design of electricity and sewer to make it easy for local authority to upgrade the settlements over the years. At this moment, the project is not making provision for sanitation system, but plot owners are then allowed to build their own on-site sanitation system. This could be one of the demonstration systems that were built by Development Workshop Namibia early this year, or any other approved sanitation system by Town Council. Experiences across Namibia and in regions shows that once people receive land with tenure security, people start building their own houses with bricks, even if it's done incrementally over a period of time. Low-income people can't afford to buy a house that costs more than 100,000 because they can't even receive loans from the bank or subsidies from the government. The easiest way is just to give people land with tenure securities to build their houses at their own pace. The approach is very simple and resonates the needs and experiences across local authorities in Namibia. So many towns in Namibia have shown interest to participate in our project, but currently our project is implemented in Oshakati, Okahao, Karibib.
We are trying to curb an issue of mushrooming of informal settlement in the town, particularly the Kambashus and so forth, the squatter settlements. So council has decided to establish a formal reception area where we can then provide partially serviced residential properties where the low-income earners can then develop their housing units incrementally. It's just the passions really and the commitment we are seeing from the stakeholders who are involved in terms of making this particular project a great success. And the effort which goes into this particular project will definitely yield some fruitful result at the end of the day for the purpose for the community to benefit.
It just resonates all the values that RMB stands for. It's a holistic approach, and it's really about this owner-manager culture that allows you to actually own the solution. I think what really struck it home for us was this idea of this revolving fund, which allows that the solution, again, just sits in the hands of the people that are affected by the problem. And now it gives them a perpetual source of income to be able to grow this project and let it expand. So it's something that we really feel very, very deeply about.
We all aim to support government and local authority efforts to provide affordable land and housing to all communities in all areas. And we are proud to be part of this project.
We can turn this problem around. We can really turn it around to the extent where we just see a continual decline of shacks in the country and a continual growth of proper, decent housing where people can have respect and be proud of where they're going.
I would like also to urge other towns to approach Development Workshop of Namibia to have partnership with this NGO so that we can at least minimize the unavailability of land in the country. Because this NGO, DWN, would basically uplift the standard living of the informal settlements.
Ewe